ready to face another day in the accounting department. As I was about to walk out the door, I checked the weather on my iPhone because there's an app for that. AccuWeather said it was going to be a bright, sunshiny day. So I stepped out the front door and I looked up at the sky. And it was that special kind of Oregon sunshine. The kind that you can't see through because there's water droplets all over my glasses. So it's clear through my clothes all the way to the bone. I hate mornings. I arrived at the office, and my boss, the chief, he's already there waiting for me. Chief looks worried, like the red-shirted security guard on Star Trek, right before he's about to go on his first routine mission. So I walk up and ask him, "Chief, what's going on?" He tells me to stop calling him Chief. And then he tells me that the head honchos in Japan are on his case about our construction and process numbers. They're looking to make a big transfer to fixed assets before the first quarter is up so they can restate their earnings. And they need to have those numbers done by noon today. Now, the laws of mere mortal man don't apply to the accountant. To us, reality is like silly putty, something to be shaped and molded into our hands. Sometimes slapped down on a newspaper to make those weird and nearer things. But there's one thing that's involatile even to an accountant. When the head honchos give you a deadline, you meet it. So I told the chief not to worry. I'd get right on it. And the chief told me to get right on it and to stop calling him chief. So I headed back to my computer and I pulled up my construction and process spreadsheets. And I started looking at the transfers I've been setting up for the month. And as I looked at the nice, neat columns all lined up, like the bodies in front of a movie theater 2 weeks before the opening of a new Star Wars movie, I knew the numbers I had weren't big enough. So I checked my email to see if the supervisors had updated me on any finished projects and new equipment that had gone into service over the past month. Of course, they hadn't. You can't count on supervisors for that kind of information. Fortunately, I have contacts. I got up from my desk and headed back to the maintenance department to meet up with Johnny. Johnny's a leg man, maintenance guy. Pretty spunky. He's had his hands on every single piece of equipment, run every single project, done every single new product introduction since the company went live. If it's happening, he knows about it. If it's not happening, then it's not happening. I walk up to Johnny in the maintenance department. His clothes are all covered with grease and oil like, no, that one's inappropriate. Johnny and me, we go way back, and he owes me a favor. Last week, I lent him $1 so he can get a soda out of the vending machine. So I asked him, "Johnny, what new equipment's gone into service this month that I don't know about?" Johnny looks me straight in the eye, and he gives me a nod in a way that only Johnny can. Up and down. Johnny starts telling me about every piece of equipment that's gone into service in the past month. Everything that he's installed and everything that's up and running. And I stand there soaking up all the knowledge like a sponge, like a forgotten sponge sitting at the bottom of the sink after you get done with the dishes. And finally, when Johnny's all done, I have what I need. And I head back to my desk. And there, that spreadsheet's sitting right in front of me. Crack my knuckles, and I get ready to start updating. My hand starts flying over the 10-key pad, like Leonard Reed and Willie Bryant tap dancing across the stage in vaudeville in the 1930s. How's that for an obscure reference? Wikipedia, there's an app for that too. The numbers start adding up, and they get climbing bigger and bigger and bigger. Like the altimeter on an F-22 fighter as it stands straight up going into the stratosphere at Mach 2. I watched Discovery Wings last night. Cool. And as the numbers climbed up, they kept getting bigger and bigger. And finally, I had a transfer total that was big enough to satisfy the chief and the head honchos back in Japan. So I posted the journal entries, and I updated my spreadsheets, and I emailed the results over to the chief. He emailed me back and said, "Thanks, good work. Stop calling me chief." It was a rumble in my stomach, and I was starting to get hungry. Hungry like the wolf. Who uploaded Duran Duran songs to my iPhone? That doesn't matter now. When I get back from lunch, there'll be a whole new set of problems facing me down. Freight costs to be analyzed, payables accounts to be updated. But I'm ready for it. 'Cause that's what I do. Because that's life. In the spreadsheets. Mr. Toastmaster.